crucified. James was stoned to death. And that was one of the Jameses. The other James, the son of Zebedee, he was beheaded. John was exiled for his faith and died of old age. Judas, not Iscariot, was stoned to death. Matthew was speared to death. Peter was crucified upside down. Philip was crucified. Simon was crucified. Thomas was speared to death. And Matthias was stoned to death, man.
And that's a noble way for Peter, man. Servants, is not above the master.
So he killed them all, man.
Yep.
All the disciples got murdered, man.
That's a noble way for Peter too, because not only did he was the one that told him to crucify him upside down.
Yeah, he chose.
He said, "Fuck that! You take me upside down, because I ain't as good as Yahushai."
Because his conscience condemned him in denying Yahushai.
Con, man.
Yep, that's right. So he was that humble. That probably humbled the hell out of him.
To a point that he even thought of himself less than worthy enough to die on an upright cross.
Yep. And I think it's like a certain amount of time that you'll die just from being upside down for that long.
Oh yeah.
I think you can't stay. You can't stay upside down for more than like 6 hours.
You probably got blood start coming out your eyes or something.
Yeah, you gotta move. You gotta be moved or some type of shit. After 6 hours, I believe it does take about 3 hours to die from crucifixion, essentially, you know. But I'm sure there's ways to.
Oh, it was one of the most painful ways. That's why Yahushua went through it.
When your foot falls asleep and everything, just think about it. That's like your head. You know, you step on your sleeping foot, it goes a bunch of like,
and it's like
Oh, and then just think, Yahushua, when he was crucified, he was scourged already.
Yeah, they beat the dog shit out of him.
Yeah, so he was already bleeding everywhere.
You know, blackened his eyes.
And when you're up like this, man, it stops your breathing. So what happens is your lungs start to fill up with blood. Because you're sitting there like this, you're stretched out, and all your weight is going down, but you're being held up by your arms. So your chest cavity starts to swell up.
That's why the blood and water that came out.
Exactly.
Because he was suffocating.
You just can't breathe, man. It's like if you ever play football, man, and you're at the bottom of the dog pile, and everybody's stepping on you, all the cleats is on you, but you know you got to wait for everybody else to get up before you can take a knee.
You down there dying, man.
Right, literally, you're down there dying for a few seconds. You know, trying to get a breath, man.
Yeah.
Or like the episode where John's underneath all those soldiers.
Yeah.
And he's basically getting trampled on. And he's suffocating.
And he can't breathe. And then when he finally gets up out of there, he takes
That's how it is, man. Being constricted like that. All your weight, literally, but your arms is trying to pull yourself down.
Go ahead, I'll read that Romans.
Oh, come. This is Romans 7:7. And it says, "What shall we say then? Is the law sin? Yahweh forbid. Nay, I have not known sin, but by the law, for I had not known lust, except the law has said, thou shalt not covet."
Right. So walking in the Spirit actually means you're walking in these scriptures and this truth every day in your life already. So you're already going to cut yourself knowing you're going off.
Right.
You see? So knowing the law is not sin. In fact, it's beneficial for you. But now you're not delivered by the law. Yahushua's blood that he paid is what delivers you. He's the one that paid that price. That's what a recompense is. To buy you back. You could drop that up. How much you got on that room? Or the first?
Like a line and a set.
Go ahead up.
Time.
We'll go to that 53 last.
And I'll pick back up in the middle. It says, "If thou seek him, he will be found of thee. But if thou forsake him, he will cast thee off forever."
Right. So just like if you were to ask a woman to marry you and she said no, that would offend you. So men actually kill women over that. Today, I've seen it in the news. I recently read about it. The dude chopped the chick up, threw her in the river. How much more do you think Yahushua is going to do you? Because you denied his marriage proposal.
Right.
Hey, that's a beautiful point, brother.
That's beautiful. What spiritual I saw me. It's basically like if you propose to your girl and she said no, are y'all still together? And there's like a description under it, and it was like a nigga that like commented, and he was like, "Bruh, this is some bullshit." He was like, "If I get cut from the basketball team, nigga, am I still coming to practice?"
Right.
God, nigga, hell no, I ain't coming to practice. Bitch, we ain't together. That's the answer. Is, bitch, we are not together. Fuck you.
Man,
Verse 10, take heed now, for Yahweh hath chosen thee to build an house for the sanctuary.
Yahweh has chosen thee. You don't choose yourself. The game, you know, you don't choose the game chooses you.
That's right.
Yahweh being the creator of the game.
Nope.
I mean, realistically, man, you got to think about how many Israelites are out in the world, man. And how many Israelites are actually pushing and doing this work for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, following the doctrine of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
With purity of mind.
Right. How many dudes is actually doing that, man? How many dudes is even attempting to do that? Because it's not a big number. It ain't a large number, man.
And you know, in martial arts, nature always proves that Yahweh's word is true. In martial arts, they teach you to push through it. You know what I mean? To even before you think you could break a board, you already got to know that you already can do it.
Right.
And so then you push through it, expecting to break it. You don't hit it halfway and stop yourself.
Right.
You know, you ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, man.
And that's
You
what
know?
this truth is. You got to already know to a point that you're gonna push yourself to an extreme that it don't matter you dragging yourself out of this place or not.
Right.
That's true because I remember somebody would tell me that when I first started knowing how to drive. When I first knew how to drive, they told me if you're gonna hesitate, don't take it. But if you're gonna take it and you know you're gonna take it, then take it. Yeah, because if you hesitate, the first thing you hesitate, man, you can get hit by a car.
And they tell you that in anything, man. Hesitation is death in warfare. If I'm going into a room and I know that this brother's behind me and this brother's to my left, if I'm going into a room, you know, I gotta expect that these brothers gonna cover my ass, man.
That's actually I just saw a thing on that when they were clearing rooms because they're doing a lot of war stimulation training right now.
Right.
And I saw in the news because when they go into a room to clear a room, the lead guy don't even try to shoot the first guy. He keeps proceeding back to the farthest guy.
Right.
And you're expecting all the men behind you to finish up what
The lead guy, because you blow the door, and the first guy I'm looking for is the furthest guy away, the dude in the back.
Hey, that's like
And then I'm going.
You expected
through
them to
that,
do their work.
right? And I'm hoping that I don't catch one in the back because as these brothers fill in, they're catching the rest of these dudes, the ones that I didn't clip.
I was watching this thing about in Vietnam. It was this dude telling a story. In Vietnam, they took this hill that was called Hamburger Hill, and they were trying to take the hill, and everybody was dying, man. And it was supposed to be some impossible thing to do. And he had his machine gunner. He had blood squirting all out his leg, and he said, "Hey, just start busting at him." And he started shooting at him, and he got up. And he just started running towards the top of the hill. And he said, and he's like, I was surprised I wasn't dead. And he said he turned around and everybody that was with him were all running right behind him. And they were all shooting at him too. And like he had people with like blood pouring out of them and shit. And that's, you know, just to say, you know, that's the
just like
what you guys were talking about, having
just
their
like
back.
The birds, they shaped the V to break to breach through the.
Hey, and the chariots do the same thing.
Yeah.
According to the book of Ezekiel, we
chariots. saw
it actually personally.
Yeah,
we saw them in that V formation.
Saw them do that V formation and flip. That was one of the coldest things I've still seen to this day, man.
God.
And just to bring all that what you guys said together, because that literally explains in the macro what this last line.
Could I make one more mention real quick, brother?
Go on.
I was gonna bring this out earlier, but we were talking about the scarce amount being saved. And according to the Bible, it's 144,000 elect men, and so I pulled up this is coming from World Population Review, and this is Hawaii's population, just Hawaii. It's 1.43 million. So that shows you that's not even enough to fill up an island, man. 144,000, because there's the 1/3, but that's, you know, the men, women, and children, along with the 144,000. So
well, I'll put it like this: the city I came from, Palmdale, is over 200,000. Actually, it's over 300,000 now. That's a city, like a city.
Yep.
So most people that you go to see some of these events, they have more than 144,000 at them. NASCAR.
You got football games that have that many people.
Yeah. Shit,
not on
the
the stadium, but on the outside.
Bronco Stadium could hold up to like 65,000. That's almost.
And you got the tailgaters too.
Yeah, you got 144,000 at a Denver Broncos game. You know
Yep.
what I mean? So it's not a lot throughout all the generations, because you got to remember, not all the elect are alive.
Right.
Some are going to rise from the dust.
God.
That's right.
So the space is very small. You know, I was just watching Powerball together with Lotto is about over $1 billion, higher than it's ever been.
Yeah, everybody's tripping about it.
And
It was $1 billion last year.
they actually said that the chance you got to win the Powerball is 88 quadrillion or quadrillion. It was like a made-up word. That it's impossible for you to win it. You know?
And even if you do, they tax the hell out you, man.
Well, that's the thing. The lottery is a tax.
Yeah.
Like, cause like you said, the odds are 1 and over. There are more.
Oh no, it wasn't one. It was like 88 into quadrillion. They said or something. Like
So
that.
some word you
But
never
if
heard
you
of.
break that down, it breaks down to you.
Some
'cause
Austin
there's
Powers
not
word.
88 you, there's 1 you.
Yeah.
So for your odds to be 1 against however many, it's over the amount of people that are on the planet.
So even if there was 100 of you buying tickets,
It's insurmountable.
yeah, you still couldn't win it.
That's how it's a tax, because everybody just keeps playing. You're paying into it.
That's like
Somebody
Esau.
wins the prize.
That's like Esau getting into the kingdom.
He's trying to pay into it.
Yeah, it's impossible. The ratio is impossible for you to come into the kingdom free. You're gonna be in shackles. You're gonna be in chains.
God, at least you can win the lotto on this side. Esau can't win the lotto.
No.
But
We saw Lotto's gonna be the Shabbat.
God, this last line here
God,
is
for
first
real.
We
Chronicles.
saw Lotto every week.
And that's gonna be Groundhog Day.
right.
Con.
You know.
But Shabbat?
Shabbat now, they gonna be fucking.
I lived this before.
Esau's gonna be the hog coming out the hole.
Like that, bam, get bashed in his head. What took you so long?
But like you guys were saying though, this last line sums it up. It says, "Be strong and do it." Talking about this work, because you can't be a weak-minded man, or it really doesn't have anything to do with the flesh. You can't be a weak-spirited man and think that you're going to do this work.
Con.
It takes a strong will to go out and stand where there's nobody listening and still preach as if you got a stadium in front of you.
Or the biting ass cold, just in general.
Fighting the elements,
Whatever
fighting
it
different
is.
doctrines that all come against yours but don't come against each other.
Double-minded. That's
Right.
what it is. Double-minded.
Hey man, negative degrees or anything below 40 is kryptonite to niggas, man.
And you know, that's a good point with these times, because even in the relationships that most men have with women, they don't know what it takes to keep a relationship going, which means there's no exit, there's no quitting,
God.
there's no divorce. That's what keeps a marriage going.
Right.
You know?
don't just get to up and quit on
Yeah.
the Lord, man. And if the Lord up and, that's the thing, like this brother said, man. People got a fucked up concept. They just up and quit on anything. They
Yeah.
quit up and quit when they can't dribble the basketball good.
Even like
They-
old dude.
Right.
Wanted for the bus.
Right. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, dude came over here like, hey, I'm trying to catch the
You don't
buses. Is
wanna
there any
wait
more
10
buses
minutes,
coming? We told him we didn't know, which was an honest answer. You know, we don't know
Yes,
the damn
I
bus
think.
schedule by.
I know everybody thinks we're some
And
bus gurus out
and
here.
And he booked it up out of here, man. And now the buses just showed up, and he gonna be walking in the cold, man. You know, you don't get to just quit, man. You don't get to just.
Well, with the signs right here.
There's actually a
They
meme
told us to
where
look at
they
the sign.
show two guys, one on top of it, one's with a pick and he's just hitting the diamond, and the other guy quits, and there's just like an inch of dirt between him and all the diamonds to make him wealthy.
Yep.
And that's how it is in this truth. You're digging through the dirt, you're getting this wealth out the mud, you know, you're digging it out. But then if you give up too soon,
You're not going to get to it.
you may just be an inch away from the winning of the success of greater than anybody else.
Yep.
Yeah.
You say, you know what, I'm done doing this thing, and the next morning, all chaos is happening outside.
Huh. Good, huh?
Toss it on.
Okay, grab that Isaiah 53.
Do you just want me to start at 1 or?
Yeah, just start at 1.
This is
Because the servant is not greater than his master. Okay, and let's hear what the master went through.
And this is Isaiah chapter 53, verse 1. Who hath believed our report.
Right, so do you believe what we're telling you is true? Do you believe we're reading this out the Bible? Well, we hope you actually look it up. We hope you got a book that you have that's a King James version and you're doing your diligent duties. Go ahead.
And to whom is the arm of Yahweh revealed?
Right, this is the arm. Go ahead.
For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant and as a root out of a dry ground.
Yahushua. He's that tree of life. He's that water the life-giving water that waters that tree. That's right. You know? Go ahead up.
He hath no form, no comeliness.
Right, he has no stature in this society. Just like people think we're bums that come up and try to give us half-eaten meals and shit. You know, it's the same with them. You know?
I ain't have the same.
Yeah,
They're little kids.
there's 10 of us and they want to bring us one little thing, you know what I mean? Like, you'd be better off just leaving me alone. If I was hungry and there's 10 of us and you try to give me one little box. They actually did that in Vietnam. I knew a guy, he was a POW, and he said to create a war, they would give him one bowl with 1 spoon of 1 scoop of rice. And if you want to eat it, you're going to have to fight everybody else for it.
Yep.
And that's what they're trying to create, is that. They show you their intentions through the Spirit. Because if you were really being sincere about your care and worry, you'd bring as much men as there is, enough for every man, right? Mm-hmm. But no, you bring just a little bit for men to fight over.
And when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him.
Mm-hmm. In fact, most people call him ugly because he's a man of color.
So he's not comely to look upon.
Hey, you'll hear that shit still to this day. You'll still have Edomites try to convince you that having color makes you unattractive or whatever. Hey man, the lack of color or thereof
shit,
is what makes you unattractive.
My
There's nothing more
retarded
nasty than
grandfather,
pink
bro,
legs.
my 2/3 grandfather, he was into that Catholic religion.
Right.
I explained to him that Yahushua was would be as a so-called Negro, and he was like, "Why is he ugly?" You know, and it's like, you're just as dark as the so-called Negro.
But it's not not the skin, it's the negative connotation behind the word Negro.
That you was taught upon you.
Because they don't say dark Elamites are ugly, they don't say dark Egyptians are ugly, it's only the so-called African American, so-called Negro that's ugly.
Well, these ignorant ass American Edomites, they think that anything with color. They look at a damn lamppost, if the lamppost is black, they might trip. That's just the reality, man. Some of these Edomites out here hate everybody. You know, and it's mostly because they hate themselves, man. In all reality, that's a spiritual thing. They hate anything that that associates with color, really, because you hate yourself, man.
And honestly, they can't even. They hate themselves so much they don't even produce children.
Right? Because